Coach Vinay Patel, and Coach, your thoughts on the game today?
Hey, I'll tell you what, that's about as hard and as intense as I've seen this team play this year. I was very proud of these guys, especially in the first half, the way they came out of the locker room. They looked like a determined team, and I think you could tell that by holding these guys to 26 in the first half, because they're a very good offensive team. And I don't think John Brown gets enough credit for how hard they are to defend and how well coached they are. But they're a very difficult team to defend, and I thought we did an extreme job against them in the first half.
Well, overall, you hold them to 38% shooting overall. They'd shoot 11 of 22 in the second half, but man, that first half, 7 out of 25 shooting. And, the only reason they're staying in the game is because 4 of those 7 are threes, and they could 8 at the foul line as well. So, a tremendous job overall defensively. Noel Allen gets a couple of blocks inside. He played very well. Again, Romello Chapman with defensive effort off the bench played well as well.
This is a game we got help from everybody, I felt like. Even Brandon Patton came in and probably gave his best minutes of the year defensively. He got a huge deflection, which caused you saw our whole bench that was excited about that, because that's something we've been trying to get him to do for the last few weeks, and he figured it out. It's hard to give enough credit to these guys, but they play so many minutes, and they do such a good job on the glass. Dorian Giger with 10 rebounds again, Noel Allen with 10 rebounds again. And we're asking, and I said this the last time we spoke, so much of those guys, and they came through for us big again today.
Yeah, a big part of a game is like staying engaged, even when you're not playing many minutes. And today, Jordan Mason, early foul trouble, didn't play that much, and then gets in at the end of the game, comes in and buries a three. That's a big time three, and he hadn't made that many threes on the year. So he stayed with it even though he was in foul trouble and had to sit on the bench, but he got a big contribution there at the end from him.
That was a huge shot. It was one of those where in your mind you're saying, boy, what are you doing? And then it goes in and you just turn around and say, good shot, because we got an offensive rebound. I was really wanting to use the clock there, but he stepped up and hit a huge shot. Give credit to him, because that was a big-time shot. He's got to do a better job of following the scout coming out of the locker room, because, he got taken off the dribble 2 times right off the bat, guarding Ricky Roberts for them, who's an exceptional player for them, and really drives it hard. He had a really good game against us, getting to the foul line again. But he's got to do a better job of that. But he's helping, and Romello's getting better every single day, and I'm excited with the progress that Brandon Patton's starting to come on with now, and hopefully we're still getting better every day. I'm hoping we're not peaking just yet, but this team's playing some good basketball right now.
Evan White, with his best game in a couple of games, had 13 points, shot the ball with confidence today. Finished 3 out of 8 from 3, but you could tell every time he put the ball up, he thought it was going in. His confidence is really growing.
It's starting to come back. I think he got away from what he does best, and we watched a few clips and talked to him, and I think our players are doing a better job now of getting him back into those positions again. I think he kind of got away from the things he's really good at. And he came up with a huge offensive rebound putback late, and he does that for us, got 5 rebounds again for us, and he's shown that from the guard spot he can come up with some big rebounds, which he did right there. But his confidence is coming back in the right time, because he has not been shooting the ball well in conference play. So now's as good a time as any to start bringing it back on.
Talk about the play of your point guards, Jamil Donovan and Jonathan Reed. Both of those guys come in. Their assist-to-turnover ratio is extremely good, 3-0 for Donovan and 3-1 for Reed in that category. Just overall consistent play out of both of those guys for your team.
They're 2 of our best defenders, and I think you can tell by the way you watch what we do late in games. Most of the time I have Jamil and Reed in at the same time, especially in the last 5 minutes of the game, and that's because of A, they can really guard, but B, they handle the ball extremely well and make good choices when they need to make good choices. So, they've been really good. They play very well together. They encourage each other when they're not in for each other. And we've been using them together some, and they sub for each other. But, they've been very good to coach, and I'm glad that they're starting to see the success that we're trying to build here.
Tough stretch ahead, especially next Thursday. MacU comes to town. They're tops in the conference right now. You guys are in the hunt as well, top 3 right now, and that's going to be a big game on Thursday night at Abe Lemons.
MacU's a very good basketball team. Josh is becoming a good friend. We're starting to get to know each other a lot better now that we're in the league together, and I really like his basketball team. They're high-paced. They're a really good offensive team, but I think the thing they don't get credit for is how well they defend at times. They're very athletic. They can be all over the place. They can cause a lot of turnovers, and so for us, we got to get back first to fixing some of the things that we saw, we need to get better at in this game, and then we can start focusing on MacU a little bit. But we got 2 difficult games this week, MacU and Sagu on Saturday, and both of those teams beat us the last time around. So hopefully we can fix some things and maybe be a little bit more competitive when we hit the floor against them.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. A 76-67 win over John Brown here at Bill George Arena for the men.